What I wanted to say, when it comes to glowing up, you have to realize that you have to focus on the things you can control. For example, you can't control what people say to you. You can't control how people think about you. By having a haircut, you enhance your looks. And you realize by having a haircut, you start to have confidence and you start to do things that you never thought you'll be doing. When it comes to glowing up, it's about looking your best. And it's about putting in effort. Because once you realize that when you eat certain foods, if it makes you feel bad, no matter if it tastes good, it's just about not eating foods that make you feel bad. And it's as simple as that, because if you eat foods that make you feel bad, you realize that you're not going to get to where you want to be because you keep doing the same habits over and over again. When it comes to looking your best, you find it easy to be happy for other people. But when it comes to you looking your worst, you want nothing to do with people. And that needs to change, because by having a glow up, it's by realizing the way that you was back then, the way that you thought about yourself back then, and the way that you take action depending on your mood. You need to realize by having a glow up, you start from the bottom and then you rise up. And by rising up, you look for people that uplift you. In terms of a glow up, you need to reduce or remove your bad habits. So by removing and reducing your bad habits, you realize that you start to feel better about yourself. And even the little things that you accomplish in a day, you realize that the smallest things make the biggest difference. And that's really important about glowing up, because you need to make sure that your room is tidy so that the environment around you is tidy and it's not messy, because you don't know where the things that you really need are. So that's why I think being organized and by having a routine, it will help you with like your glow up. I wanted to apologize. First and foremost, I wanted to apologize because this video, it seems to be all over the place. But I think another thing when it comes to glowing up, you have to be ready for anything. Because you have to realize that you have to look your best in a short amount of time. So by looking your best, you at least plan your outfits out the day before. And you focus on your own needs before helping other people. And the second thing when it comes to glowing up, you have to realize you can't compare yourself to other people, because you're not trying to compete against other people. You're trying to be a better version of yourself than you was back then. So when you compete against yourself, you realize that you have better standards, because even the people that you interact with, you want them to at least do the same for themselves. So that's really important. You have to surround yourself with people that uplift you rather than bring you down. So for example, when it comes to really a glow up, you need to focus on having clear skin, but then also having good body language. By me moving on to diet, you could either have a meal prep, but if you're not having a meal prep, you at least eat foods which you really like, and you don't need to restrict yourself. Because when you restrict yourself, you start to at least binge eat, and then instead of binge eating, you start to eat more foods than you actually wanted. So that's really important. When it comes to diet, you could do all the exercise that you want, but you'll be in the same place because you keep doing the same habits and you keep having the same mindset. So when it comes to really diet, you have to realize that you can control the foods that you have. And even if you eat at certain times, that really helps. Because if you're used to eating at a certain time, you're more likely to stick with like the routine, because you have to do it so many times to get used to changes. And the thing is, other people see changes in you first before you see it in yourself. And that's one thing that I forgot to say. So for example, you start to have good habits and you start to lose weight. You realize that people see it first before you do. You need to realize by being a perfectionist, it can be a con, because every little mistake that you make, you analyze it too much and you overthink. But that's why if you break things down, so for example, early in the morning you focus on your grooming, but then throughout the day you focus on your exercise, and then to end your day you have grooming again, but then also to end the day you focus on really your diet, and even planning out your outfits on the next day. That's really important, so that you save time and you look your best in a short amount of time.